Oh my god, it's so hot here.
Hey guys, welcome back for another video. My name is Joe Lee. If you're just checking out this video or seeing this video for the first time, I've been in my previous videos. I talked a lot about sharing my finance in the future and that I would create a video sharing my finances. So I wanted to actually live up to my words and do it. So in this video, I want to just share my business finances. So this is not my personal finance. This is my business finances to show how our business is running. I'll go over some of the decisions I've made and share my numbers with you. Nothing to hide here. Hopefully, if you see these numbers, you'll see when I talk about other things, you'll see the perspective and position I'm always coming from, as well as understand that the scale at which we're growing and the direction I'm trying to head and push my business towards. The biggest expense for me will probably be the employees now. But I'll start with the monthly that has always been steady, which is my warehouse rent. So warehouse rent right now is $2,100 every single month. $2,100, and I've had this warehouse maybe for 3 years now. So it's been going up every year. We got a phenomenal deal in the beginning. We originally got the space for $1,500 because my brother and I were so young, and the landlord really just saw something in us and wanted to really just give us that push. And in return, we said, hey, you should still get what is due in due time. So as our business grew, the rent obviously went up each year. And as of right now, we're paying $2,100 every single month. And that's not including utilities or any of that. This is just straight up rent. And if you're going to grow an Amazon business, yes, you can start in your basement. Yes, you can. If you don't want to run a warehouse, you could use a fulfillment center. There are many things to do. But for me and my brother, we knew we wanted to go full time into this, and that this was what we were going to dedicate ourselves to. Even though if it wasn't Amazon, it was with liquidations at the time when we got the warehouse. We wanted to be handling the products because we grew up with a working background. My parents are both hard workers. They've been working their whole life, and that's what I grew up seeing, putting in the work, not just sitting on my butt just trying to make money. Now, obviously, I do want to do that soon, and I want to head in that direction. But in today's, I guess, society or today's time, most people want to make money without putting in the work, meaning somebody has to do the work. And my brother and I decided, hey, if there's an opening here where people are just lazy and don't want to do the work, and we could be the people that takes care of the fulfillment and stuff like that, that's where we want to be, because that's where the money's going to be. So we decided to get a warehouse, and the rent is $2,100 a month. So that's my first expense. My second expense is obviously utilities, the lights, the electric bill, the gas bill in the winter. Those are mainly two. Obviously, we have a lot of computer setups, a lot of lighting, a lot of fans running right now because this place has no AC, and we're on the second floor, so it's super hot here. So with all of that, the bill goes up. In the winter, it gets super cold, so we blast the heat. So there's that cost. So more or less on average, between the cheaper months as well as the more expensive months, we spend about $200 in utility every single month. So sometimes it's like $160. Other times it's $250 or something. The very first time I was here, it was during winter. We blasted the heat, and we don't have this full floor of this warehouse. We only take about a third of it. We didn't have any like walls up or anything like that. So when we blasted the heat, we heated up the entire floor, and the bill came out to be close to like $400. And we're like, hold up, we gotta do something. So we bought a bunch of those plastic tarps and tarped off our section so that we could, hold the heat in. And, you find ways to become efficient and save. So utility is $200 a month right now. So my third expense is internet, phone. My whole business is based on the internet, so that is a must for this warehouse. We need to have internet. We need to have a phone. Right now, I'm paying $150 a month for Verizon. I use Verizon, so I was paying $250 for a bit. So I started with a special where it was about $200 a month, I think, or was it $99? I don't even remember because it was so long ago. And it was a great deal, so I took it. I forgot about it, and I was going through my expenses, and I realized every month $250 was going out, and I was like, wait a minute, we got to be able to do something here. So I called Verizon to see if there was anything they could do to help me out. Turns out I could save $100. I was able to upgrade my phone as well as get 4 times my internet speed and be $100 cheaper. So yeah, now I pay $150 a month in internet Verizon phone package or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, so that's my third expense. All right, so my fourth expense is my biggest expense, and I brought it up earlier. It's my employees. So I have 2 full-timers on salary, and I have a bunch of part-timers right now during the summer. So what I do during the summer is I usually hire a bunch of college students that want to work and have a experience in a warehouse or any kind of business-esque background or a business profession. So they apply, I accept. I usually hire, for the past 3 years, I've been hiring 4 to 5 college students, but with my full-timers, I downgraded how many part-timers I would hire. So now I currently have 3 part-timers working for me and 2 full-timers. So my full-timers, this is a consistent year-round cost for me. So every month we spend about $5,600, $5,700 in employee salary, and then as a part-time during the summer times, I spend on my part-timers $3,800, right around $3,800. I'm just rounding, but $3,800, and then $5,600, $5,700 for my full-time and part-time. Now, when I decided to hire the full-timers, my brother and I had a lot of discussing because essentially when we decided to reinvest by hiring someone else, we decided we would have to sacrifice one of our salaries essentially or split our salaries, and to see if that was something we wanted to do. So once I go over the profits and all the gains and we do the math out, I'll show you exactly what I mean by that. Okay, so I want to share my numbers I'll share my numbers for May and June in terms of finances so that I could give you a good idea of what we are doing monthly. So in June, so this past month, we did, $87,000 in revenue. $87,000 in revenue. It's a little less. It's 86,800 and something. So we did right under $87,000 in revenue, and from that, after taking out Amazon fees, shipping costs, packaging, and sending it to the Amazon warehouse and whatnot, and all of that, we made right around $14,000 in profit. So that should leave us right around a 16-17%, I think, ROI. I mean, profit. I mean, in terms of profit versus revenue. And then in May, we did a little less. We did $79,800. So I guess closer to $80,000 in revenue, but it was less, but we made more in profit. We made about $16,000 in profit. Now, by profit, I just mean straight up, if I bought this pen for $1, and then I sent it to Amazon and this sold for $10, I would pay Amazon, let's say, I don't know, $4, and then the shipping it costed me to send this to Amazon would cost me $1 or $2, and pretty much, let's say Amazon pays me or gives me back, let's say, $3, and then I spent $1 for this pen, so then I would make a profit of $2. That's what I mean by profit, not expensing out the warehouse expenses or anything like that. Just on a product, my profit were those 2 numbers. So if you could add up all my expenses come out to be right under $12,000. So it's about 11,800 something. That's my expense, but my profit is anywhere from 14 to 16,000. So if you subtract the 2 out, I'm ranging anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000 in profit every single month for the business, right? And this is not paying me or my brother. So this is just excluding the owners. this is just if the business was running, what we would be making. Now, this number gets very skewed because we started off with toys and stuff, and we do a lot of toys. And Q4 also is a lot of sales. Q4 we see nearly double, triple, quadruple the sales depending on the year. Obviously, we make a lot of money. We pretty much make what we make in Q1, 2, 3 added together again in Q4. That's been the trend for the past 2 years. I don't know how it's going to be this year, but that's what we're hoping for. All right, so when I come back to talking about reinvesting into the business and where my brother and I decided one of us would have to sacrifice our salary or our pay, what we mean by that is if I didn't hire the 2 full-timers, right, that would be an additional $5,600, $5,700 amount that's added onto, or that gets split between me and my brother on top of the $3,000 to $5,000 that's left over right now. So that's anywhere from $8,000 to $10,000 that my brother and I could be splitting every single month, where we don't pay any full-timers, we just hire some part-timers. But what we decided was we want to grow this business, and if I'm here with my brother packaging stuff and doing all the bagging and prepping, we don't have time to research more products. We don't have time to invest in other things and look for opportunities. So what we decided to do was, instead of taking the $5,000, $3,000 each every single month, and just that's a decent, you could live a decent life with that kind of cash. We decided, hey, let's hire and take a smaller pay where we just need to pay the basic needs. We, as cheap as we can. Some of our friends might just call us stingy at certain points now, because we decided this year that we are going to save and we are going to live very frugally in order to grow our business. Now, as our business grows, obviously the key is to get it to a point where we could take our salaries once again individually. But we're not there yet. We are getting there, but we decided to, hey, let's keep rolling it and let's keep growing the snowball while we have some momentum and while we have any kind of traction. Let's keep growing the business, and that's the move we decided, and that's where we are in business as of right now. Obviously, once Q4 hits and we have Christmas sales, Black Friday sales, and all of that, I will share those numbers, because I'm sure those numbers will be different and hopefully they'll be a lot better, but we'll see how that goes. But I just wanted to share those numbers, really live up to my word saying that I will share my finances. In terms of personal finances, you could probably do the math right now. There's not really much I'm spending. There's just the basic food that I'm paying, a very cheap gym membership, as well as like my monthly rent that I pay my parents because I want to help them out, and it's only fair at my age that I'm paying something and helping out. So all of that comes out from the little leftover that we have. And even in the little $3,000 to $5,000 profit that we have and that my brother and I are splitting, even from there, we spend a lot less so that we could even invest 1 or 2 extra thousands back into the business, into purchasing equipment, purchasing computers, or whatever the business needs. We put that first, and that's the mentality we're going with. And I think if any of you are going into business, you guys need to keep your numbers straight and also be ready to be excited about the journey and the ups and downs, but also know that there's no next level. If you're running your own business, you are the top. You make those decisions, you live with those decisions, and once you commit, there's no going back. You have to commit, and you just have to enjoy the process. Learn to smile even when it's hard right now. But really, it's not that hard if you really enjoy what you're doing and you see the tunnel, the light at the end of the tunnel. You see and have a vision of where your business is headed. I think there is zero worry. It's more excitement than anything. Now, if you somehow lost your vision along the way and lost traction, I think that is a time to just take a step back, reflect, going like, why did I start this, and really figure out why you committed, and just realign your thoughts so that you could straighten out and really start the push again. So I'm doing this and for my business, and obviously in the end goal is to pay myself a good enough salary to kill my student loans and live a life that live the life I want to live, essentially, whether it be helping people out or doing buying the things I want, whatever it is. I'm just not there yet. I haven't hit my goal, but I know I'm headed in that direction, and that's what excites me, and I think that's what it's all about. So thank you so much. I'm glad I was able to share these numbers with you. Hopefully, it encourages you, and that it really helps you out. Maybe you could do your finances then and share that. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.